All right, Ohio State and Illinois. Ohio State favored in this one by 14.5 over the Fighting Illini. The over under set at 50.5. And this is an interesting one because the offense for Illinois has been really good lately. They did a good job against USC, a couple fumbles in that game, but Luke Altmyer continuing to take care of the ball. He's not had an interception all season long. Ohio State, their defense has been impenetrable this season. It seems like nobody has scored in the red zone against them yet. Teams have gotten field goals, but this has been a defense that's been very, very difficult to be able to score on and to be able to run against, basically do anything against. So we'll see if Luke Altmyer and the boys can take them on. And then this Illinois secondary has looked a little bit leaky lately, and that's not a good thing to be looking leaky with when you're going up against Julian Sayin, Jeremiah Smith, and the boys there on the outside. Mike, your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I think Julian Sayin's really impressed me this year with his poise, with his ability to kind of not let the big moments kind of uh, get too big for him as a redshirt freshman. And I think Ohio State, they kind of look like they might be the first back-to-back champion in quite a few years since Alabama, I think in 2011-12. Um, I am just kind of they're one of they're probably the team that has the fewest flaws in college football. And so while I do think that Illinois will be able to move the ball, I think that unless Illinois can continue to create turnovers at the rate that they have so far this season, I don't really think they can keep up with the weapons that Ohio State has personally. But how about you?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. Before I give that, Doreen did share the stream here. Thank you for doing that, Doreen, and thank you for watching. We always appreciate you being here. And if anybody else is watching on X, Twitter, and you would like to repost the stream, that helps us out, and we would appreciate if you decided to do that as well. Yeah, so I think in this one, the biggest thing for me, obviously, what is Ohio State going to do? Are they going to continue to open it up? Is Illinois going to kind of like play cover three over the top? I feel like that's what Illinois is going to do. I think Brett Bielema is the type of guy that does a good job of making sure he doesn't, get blown out or anything like that. He's going to make sure he tries. I say he does a good job. They lost 63-10 earlier this year,
Mm-hmm.
but most of the time he
I was
does
going
a
to let
good
you cook
job.
there.
Most of the time he does a good job of that. However, this is one where it's just a really bad matchup with Illinois secondary and some of the injuries they've sustained without Xavier Scott. Miles Scott did not have a great game last time, and Jaheim Clark being back has been good, but he's still a little bit rusty. He was okay last game. Still led up a number of receptions to the Purdue wide receivers, so we'll see how that goes. But this is going to be a really interesting one. I feel like Ohio State's going to slow the game down once again. I don't think they're going to come out firing, and I don't think Illinois is going to let them come out firing. I think Illinois is going to let them try to run the ball a little bit. Ohio State's not been the best on the ground, especially in kind of the short yard situations this year. And I think Illinois is going to kind of go for some of the big plays on offense. Hank Beatty has been awesome for them this season, and listen, there's not really a weakness on this Ohio State defense. It's the best defense in the nation from what I've seen so far this season. But if there is a weakness, it is probably the slot coverage for this team. Lorenzo Styles he's been good but not great. Everybody else in this defense has been pretty much great. He's been good but not great, and they've had the true freshman Devin Sanchez in there a little bit as well, and he's been okay but nothing amazing. Caleb Downs has been down there a little bit. He's obviously one of the best players, if not the best player, and on the defensive side in college football. I think he's the best personally, but that's neither here nor there. And Hank Beatty has just been awesome this season. The leader in all-purpose yards on the season. He's been fantastic. He's been doing a really good job being able to get open, running yards after the catch. So we'll see if Ohio State will be able to contain Hank Beatty. I think typically when somebody has one big player, Ohio State is able to contain them pretty well. But this Illinois team with Luke Altmyer, who's looked really good this season, I think they're going to have some success moving the ball. I don't think it's going to be great. I don't think it's going to be anything where they blow up and do anything spectacular, but I do think they might get at least one or two touchdowns in this game, a field goal or two, and Ohio State does win. I have them winning this one 28-17, but I would not be surprised if Ohio State wins by more. To me, it just kind of matters on how much do they want to open it up? Does Illinois play that three, cover three over the top? How does that stuff work? And then does Ohio State's running game come to life more in this one? And they start bringing off some big runs. It'll be interesting to see. Mike, what's your did you your question yet?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you did.
It's um, I have Ohio State winning this one 34-20. So I have Illinois barely covering. I have the over hitting. I just feel like even though they lose by 2 touchdowns and they score 20 points, this feels like they kind of have to empty the bag to get to 20.
Hmm.
So I don't think if you just kind of like watch this game as a neutral observer that it's going to be in question at any point. I think Ohio State's clearly the better team, and you're playing on the road in Champaign, and I expect a good environment there. Um, is this the big noon Saturday big noon game?
Yep.
So
Big
they're
noon.
going to be on campus. There's going to be a lot of excitement for this one, but I just think Ohio State's a wagon right now, and nobody's really going to be able to beat them anytime soon. Outside of maybe later in the season, but we can talk about that in a few weeks.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Zach actually has Ohio State covering in this one. He has a 34-17 Ohio State taking the over as well. And I think I saw a stat. There's like I think it was something with SP Plus or something like that, and it's some kind of stat of like um, blowout predictor or something. And this was one of those games that was the biggest blowout predictor or something.
Hmm.
So who knows? We'll see. I think a lot of this rides on if Illinois' offense can be able to score on Ohio State's defense. Ohio State's defense is excellent, but Illinois' offense has also been good this season. A lot of this will depend on if the offensive line stays fixed or not. The offensive line for Illinois looked better the past couple games, but it was a big issue in the early parts of the season. We'll see how it goes. So, all right, Mike, let's move.